From Washington Township, New Jersey, WCTV is proud to present high school football. Hello, everybody. I'm Larry LaFurie, joined with John Francola, Jimmy Avitable, and the volunteers of WCTV as we bring you a great football game tonight between the Thunderbirds of Mahwah against the Cardinals of Westwood. And John, an important game for both teams. Mahwah comes in 4-1, Westwood 3-2. They're looking for these power points to propel them to the playoffs. Mahwah is coached by Jeff Remo. It has Jeff Remo's personality, just a hard-nosed, smash mouth. Here's the ball, try to stop me.
Well, you know, when you talk about Mahwah right now is tied for, I think they're in 4th place in their power points. They have, I think, 65 power points. They're 4-1, Larry, but their offense is run by number 2, Zach Herman. First-year quarterback. He's got 8 passes for touchdown and 3 rushing. He will be throwing to Eric Wong. Wong has 4 TDs reception, and Soria has 2. But then they also have a key player, number 24. And this young man, I had to give him a nickname, Greg Primetime Rosar. This young man against Dwight Englewood, he took the game in his back, and he took a kickoff and ran 62 yards to the 31. He then picked up a fumble and scored. He then he ran an 84-yard kickoff return. All in all, he finished with 4 touchdowns in that game and a big win. On defense, you'll have Anthony Walker, the middle linebacker, and I'll mention the other guy, Hogan, who will be doing the tackles from the defensive end.
We'll have the national anthem, then we'll come back and highlight Westwood. The national anthem was played by the Westwood Marching Band. Now we're going to highlight Westwood. And Jimmy Avitable, Westwood last week, great game they played here. And had the athlete of the week in the record was Ryan Galloway. They came back from a big deficit, 28-6, was able to win that game. And now they look forward to another very difficult game against a very strong Mahwah team.
Yeah, you mentioned they come in 3-2. Last week, their season was in the balance, down 28-6 with about 9 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. And all of a sudden, an explosion. They wind up holding on in an incredible 44-41 victory for them. They're 3-2. They're still alive in the playoffs. They're looking to get to that 5-win plateau, which will guarantee them a spot in the playoffs. That would be Coach Campanelli's first spot in the playoffs here at Westwood. And he mentioned to me before the game, we are still looking for our signature win in my tenure here, and he feels that if he could beat a very good Mahwah team, that would be it. So let's see where we go tonight.
Well, John, 2 years ago, you and I at the old A field, we did a Westwood Mahwah game. It seems that every time we do a Mahwah Westwood game, it has something special in it. 2 years ago, everybody remembers the 10, the 9, the 8, the 7,
all the 6, all the way down
to 1, and then Bonacor fell in within a half a second to win the game.
And there was a whistle in somebody's ears. Who knows? But what a football game.
You never know what a game is going to bring. You start the game, and you never know what's going to happen as we finish up. Last week, 28-6. All of a sudden, we find out it's going to be 44-41.
And, you know, like Mahwah had their signature win, 14-0, beating an extremely good team, the Rams, right? And that's unbelievable. You know, that to me is you shut out a team with that caliber, you have a defense.
They're a good team, and we know the Ramsey Rams very well coached, good team, won a championship a couple of years ago, always in the thick. And to shut that team out, you've really got to be good. What you're going to see from Mahwah is just hard-nosed football. They don't do anything, at least the coaches were telling us in the game films, they don't do anything spectacular, no razzle-dazzle. They play Jeff Remo's type of football, just hard-nosed, don't make mistakes, run the ball, catch the ball, it's nothing spectacular.
Yeah, they epitomize what Jeff Remo is. He was an outstanding football player, and to play for his team, you got to be tough. You got to listen. You got to give me over 100%.
Figuletti will be kicking for Mahwah from right to left as we get ready for this game. There's some tremendous games all over the state tonight. Coming down to, looks like that's going to be Galway. And Galway gets it up to the 30-yard line where Westwood will take over with Ryan Liddy at the center. Matt Muniz will play. He'll only play one way. And Colin Keating, Matt Mandeville, and Rod Siragioni are the tackles. The quarterback, and he's a good one, Craig Carmelani. He might have a little injury to that left hip of his. He's
hip pointer.
Trips to the right. Galway and Bellion are out here to the right. To the left, there, Twins out to the left. Carmelani calling signals. Carmelani looks now. He throws. And he has his man, Evan Hull, for about 5-6 yards.
Yeah, guys, early before the game, I spoke to offensive coordinator Nicky Campanelli, as you see Westwood going to a no-huddle offense, and he said they like to run a lot of quarters coverage, Mahwah, which is what they lined up, and look to the passes thrown to the flats. The flats are the weakness against the 4-deep zone.
And Eric Wong was the one who made the stop. Number 35 was also a great receiver.
Westwood quickly to the line, second and about 7. Almost offside for Mahwah. Kamalani's back. Looks, fires. Has his man bobbled. He hangs out, and the ball's dropped. They're going to call it incomplete. Intended for Borgensen.
The referee was right there making the call. Excellent call by the referee.
Ryan Galloway will be a running back. He'll be in the slot. The other great wide receiver will be Nolan Borgensen. Matt Rivera will be the tight end. Defensively for Mahwah, Mike Hogan, David Bernhardt, Steve Soria, and Luke Boonstra are up front. Anthony Walker, he has a lot of tackles. He's a tackling machine. Brian Pushy and Eric Warner, your tackles. Paul, Herman Doran, and Zorar will be your secondary.
A rocket screen.
There's a rocket screen, and Borgensen had it bounced around. And it falls incomplete, and it'll cause a 4th down. So if they picked up about 7 yards on the first play, 2 incomplete pass, and now Westwood is forced to punt, with Smith going back to do the punting for Westwood.
Feel that nice air coming through the window. It's fall, finally.
Mahwah cheerleaders to our left. Rosar will back up at about the 30-yard line, 35-yard line.
And there's prime time back there.
He's a good one. Wilkinson comes in to do a little blocking in there. Snap back. Smith kicks. Angles to the left. No return.
Keeping the ball away.
Ball goes out of bounds where the Thunderbirds will take over. 1st and 10. No score, just the start of things here in the first quarter.
There's Coach Campanelli.
Brad Stiles is your center. The guards are Mike Hogan and Raheem Bowens. David Bernhard and Luke Boonster will be the tackles. Chris Rocker is the tight end, number 10. So number 10 will be a tight end. Eric Wan, number 35, is a wide receiver. Steven Soria, number 19, another wide receiver. Zach Herman runs this offense. Number 2, the big runner, as John mentioned, calls him prime time. Greg Zoar and Robert Askew are the running backs. There's a pitch back here. Looks like to Askew. Askew is still staying on his feet as he's pummeled down as a pickup about 4 yards.
Yeah, he was initially hit by Brandon Gallagher, the sophomore linebacker. He missed the tackle. It would have been for no gain. He wound up picking up about 4.5 yards on 1st down.
And number 75 finished him off for Westwood. That's Mac Muniz, who was hurt last week.
Yeah, he was a little banged up last week. He was able to make it back this week, and the coaches are certainly happy to have him.
Herman in the shotgun. He got Askew to his left. Now he moves over to the right. Fake. Herman wants to run, and
he
he's
can run.
smothered. He might have lost a yard.
Great defense by the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Looked like number 5 for the Cardinals, Colin Saunders.
And
Made the
Brandon
initial
Gallagher,
stop,
too.
and then Gallagher, a sophomore, is playing unbelievable, number 44.
3rd down and 5 for Mahwah. It's a
week.
beautiful night here. It's a football night. It's cool. Temperatures will be dropping, but it'll be very cold by the time we get out of here. Herman looking, and he's sacked. And he's dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Number 10, Zach Hopkins, I believe, made the sack.
Yeah, we talked last week, guys, of Westwood's defense, their inability to get off the field in 3rd and long and 4th and long situations. In first drive, 3rd and 7, sack, they get the ball back.
I believe that was number 10, right?
Yes, you got it. Yes, it was.
And he's a sophomore, Larry. A quarterback linebacker, 5'10".
Jason Stepp will kick. Low, gets it, comes forward. Nice and high, not particularly very deep.
This is one you clear the area out.
And it will roll out about the 40-yard line where the Cardinals of Westwood will take over. 9 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the first quarter. There is no score. You are watching WCTV, the all-volunteer group from the Township of Washington. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Trips to the right. Carmelani calling signals. Long count. He wants a run. And he gets to about the 45.
5 yards.
Pick up a 5.
Yeah, that's a design quarterback ISO where the fullback leads through. ISO's the linebacker. That's a good first down, pick up a 5.
Anthony Walker, the tackle machine, made the stop.
Yeah, he led the team in tackles last year.
He's a good one. A junior. He has, and I should say, Jeff Remo, the head coach, has 21 juniors on his team.
Wow.
21.
Not bad.
No.
Little wildcat.
Yeah, it is.
That's something.
And Galloway fumbles the ball. They're going to say he was down.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's a touchdown going the other way there.
Eric Wong on the stop, number 35.
And Westwood was very lucky there. We mentioned before we went on, guys, this is the 3rd time in a row we've been to Westwood previously that Westwood fumbled on their first possession. This time, second possession was close, but they ruled he was down.
They just got to tuck that ball away.
Hogan was running to the end zone like he should be doing. So 3rd down now. Ball is sitting on the nose of the ball is at the 45-yard line right in front of me. Carmelani calling signals. Santiago's to his right. The ball is tipped, and Galloway has it and
First
fights
down.
his way across the 45-yard line. We had a tip ball, but Galloway was able to still get it.
Yeah, that's a long throw, guys, from the right hash all the way out past the left hash. Flat, we mentioned trying to attack the flat. And wanted to mention Anthony Santiago, the running back, picked up a blitzing linebacker, stuck his nose in, and stonewalled him. Great job.
Brian Pushy was the one who almost took the ball the other way. He was inches away from scoring the other way.
First down of the game. Carmelani calling signals, comes out, maybe changing the play.
He's doing a little Manning, Eli style.
Looking for Borgensen. It's going to be a fake for Borgensen. And knocked away nicely by Rosar. Borgensen had a step on him.
That's prime time.
He underthrew it a little bit.
Don't fool with the prime time.
So we're going to have a 2nd down and 10 yards to go. Like I was saying, it's a beautiful football evening here. Temperatures about 50 degrees. The wind has died down. It was kind of windy this afternoon, about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. I thought we might have had a lot of wind here.
Jimmy, remember that anytime somebody fumbled, you would make 2 lines, and you have to take the ball, and everybody would be punching you to knock the ball out.
The gauntlet drill.
And then if you dropped it, then you had to take and go to sleep with the ball.
That's right. Tape it up. Tape it up.
Go through classes, and everybody knew you couldn't. You were fumbleitis.
Westwood hasn't run a play yet.
Well, the button.
Morganson, a comebacker, has
What a
it.
catch!
Going to be close to a 1st down. Going to bring up 3rd and short.
Rosar on the stop.
They're going to give him the first down. They're going to
It
give
is.
him just enough, it looks like, yes. That's a beautiful timing play, guys. That ball was thrown before Morganson even got out of his break.
Did you read the article? He has the longest pass in the league. That screen pass that he threw to Galloway, the 84 yards, I think, is the longest from scrimmage. So he's in the record book right now in the new league.
Colstrom is in, number 22, as a fullback, if you will. There is the first run of the game. Galloway gets to the 20, goes to the goal line, and he is in. Touchdown, no flags. 34 yards.
Super. We mentioned last week, guys, that 22 Connor Colstrom was only playing defense. He's one of the best blockers in this league. That time, the defensive end shot down. He sealed him. A great job by Galloway bouncing it. Touchdown. Great start for Westwood.
Greg Smith will try the PAT. He was out last week with an injury. He's playing tonight. Galloway, who just made that 34-yard touchdown run, will hold. And
We
we
should
are
also
waiting.
mention that he was player of the week after the game he had. It's good.
He gets it over. He rifles it over with 6 minutes, 32 seconds to go in the first quarter. Westwood on a 34-yard touchdown run by Ryan Galloway leads 7-0.
See number 22 block the end and then get out on the linebacker. Galloway cuts it inside, makes two guys miss, the corner coming over.
Nice
and
stiff arm right there.
stiff arm, uses his speed and gets to the end zone.
And it all started with Colstrom making that seal block on a defensive end.
All right, Ricky, put me back on. I got to make an announcement. You got to let me know when we're off. I would like to make an announcement. We made a mistake last week. I guess maybe I made a mistake. Last year's freshman team was undefeated. They tied one game. I said they lost the game. They tied one game. I think it was against Ramsey. So we apologize for saying that the ball was tipped, that they had one loss. That freshman team was great. And we are talking about the Westwood freshman football team that did not lose last year. They had one tie. So we apologize, and we want to make that correction. And Jim Kalstrom came up here and told you and me, John, and he threatened to kill us if we didn't make the announcement.
We apologize.
By the first quarter, all right?
That was the first mistake we made.
We
There'll
weren't
be
allowed.
many more.
He said if we didn't make an announcement, we weren't leaving the press box.
You know, you can always blame me. We got the wrong information.
Well, I want to say that, but,
We can do that.
I'll say I made a mistake.
So they're starting on the 29, say the 30.
Oh,
Look at it, wide
long
open.
run, Askew. Askew into the secondary, falls across the 40 to 43-yard line.
Robert Askews has 3 touchdowns, and he's the premier. He's the one who runs the ball most of the time for the Thunderbirds.
Yeah, that time initially the front side of that play was bottled up. Good patience. He saw a cutback lane, and he took it for about 13 yards and a first down.
So 1st and 10 for Mahwah. Rosar's out to the left as a wide receiver.
He'll be handing out coffee later on. Matter of fact, I told him to bring his cup of coffee up.
Here's that.
Nice hole in the middle.
Looks like Askew again for enough for a first down.
Looks like stop by number 73 for Westwood team, I believe, underneath.
Yeah, for 4 yards on first down there. That'll
Keating.
bring up 2nd and 6. Keating, as you mentioned, John, on the tackle.
Colin Keating. Spells his name Colin with one L. Like most people, except my grandson.
From now on, everybody changes names. You know, you spell them wherever you like.
He has one L, and my grandson has 2. And there's a reason for the 2. I'll tell you later. Askew again around the right side, and he's into the secondary. Picks up about 11 yards on that.
Yeah, they like to bring that slot, guys. Tight slot across, motion them across, get an extra blocker there, and run that quick toss.
Misdirection, a little misdirection. Everybody left. Those student union left, and ball to the right.
Yeah, like to bring the extra man and outman you.
So Mahwah on the ground, nothing fancy. They put They put one man, they put a hat on a defensive player, and the offensive man, the running back, follows his block. And he's been picking up 4, 6, 8, 12 yards.
No, Jeff Remo does a great job with his team. And you know what? I asked him a question. He keeps all the Mahwah kids in Mahwah. So he's got a great program.
Nice job.
Nice
Great
job.
defense.
Maybe a yard loss.
Yeah, they came back, tried to run a fullback trap. Matt Munoz, the sophomore, as you mentioned, coming back last year from an injury, snuffed it up. That's a good job. 2nd and 11.
Yeah, he's a force inside 75. Nice size of him, right? We got him at, well, 5'9", 205, a sophomore. That's what you like to hear, sophomores. If you're a coach.
Well, when we talk about a lot of these players on Westwood, a lot of them are sophomores, and they come from that outstanding freshman
Oh, what
team.
happened? Oh, yeah, that's right. The undefeated team you're talking about.
The undefeated team. One tie.
Do they have a song that they sing, because they're undefeated? Usually you got to have some kind of, like, a song.
We Are the Champions.
We should ask them. We Are the Champions
There
should be
you go.
one.
Yeah, you go. I gave you that song.
Well,
Off the top of my head. Herman back. Fakes. He wants to go deep. He's being rushed. And he is tackled. I believe it was Keating who got in there
Keating
first.
started, and then helped by his friend. Looks like it could have been 75. Muniz.
73 Keating. Colin Keating
He
was the first
started.
to break through.
Right, and then I think the final sack was 75. He spinned them around. Beautiful job.
3rd and long. The ball is out about the 50-yard line. They got to get to the 32. So 18 yards.
Look for a double move up top and maybe a hitch and go. They were trying to set it up on the last play.
Derek Wong.
Herman back. Goes to his right. Wants to throw downfield. Lobs it downfield. Can be picked off. And the ball's incomplete as everybody went for it.
Gallagher knocked it out. And
So-
again, 73, Larry, was
Colin Keating.
what made the pressure, made him hurry up the throw from Herman.
It's early in the game, but you could see an extra step in Westwood's defense, especially their secondary last week that got burnt a little bit. They've been very active to the ball so far.
3:29 to go. There's your time and score.
We have all these people. We should have had more cameras. We could have cameras on top of cameras.
Well, we have the Westwood Film Club helping us here today. And the kick gets a good roll.
Excellent.
And I think it'll roll out somewheres inside the 20-yard line. We'll wait for the spot.
About the 12.
With 3 minutes, 19 seconds to go. Westwood leads 7-0 on a 34-yard touchdown run by Ryan Galloway.
Here we go.
1st and 10 for the Cardinals. There's Galloway coming around the right side. Looking to get some leverage here, but it's run out of bounds by Herman.
Yeah, that time they came out in a double tight set, 2 receivers, 1 back, an ace formation, ran outside zone, picked up about 4 on 1st down.
There was 5 Thunderbirds chasing him. They knew once he gets the ball, we need help.
Yes, they do. They got to run to the football. Pursuit.
No gain. It'll bring up the 2nd down and 10 yards
No,
to
they
go
just
for
moved
the
it.
Cardinals. We have 3:12 to go in the first quarter, 7-0 Westwood.
They just gave him 2 yards.
Oh, they gained 2 yards. Oh, they finally moved them.
2nd and 8.
Ooh, right in
at
the
this.
middle.
Defensive end that time for Mahwah. 72, it looks like. The big guy.
Yeah, he did a great job with his friends. That's Boonstra.
Boonstra, 6'4", 240, their biggest player.
Gallagher with that run. I had to wait till he got up. I didn't see the number. He was hit right in the hole.
3-0, bottom of the 7th. Grandy hit a home run.
He just announced it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, I'm trying to.
Yankees are playing and everybody's interested into the score.
I am. I'm very much
John's
interested.
a big Yankee fan.
Nice step
There's
back.
a big
What
run. Carmelati gets across the 30-yard line.
What a move he made.
Ran an inside zone fake. Quarterback kept it. And I tell you what, against Riverdale, when they had some success early in their game, they used the quarterback Carmelani running the ball. He's a very good runner.
And he
you could
waited
tell,
for the blocking.
Waited for the block. You could tell his hip must be a little bit better.
Cut it against the grain. And a 1st down.
First and 10. Kolstrom is the up back. Number 22. Here's Galloway, and he gets to the 35-yard line as we get to the 2-minute mark of the first quarter. See, you're right.
Zach Herman on the stop.
You know, Jimmy, you're right. It seems that Westwood does have an extra step offensively and defensively.
Well, they were missing a couple offensive linemen last week, John, and you could tell they're back. And so far, you've seen a lot of formations by Westwood, a lot of different formations.
And you know, Vito Campanelli has a big playbook.
Yes, he does.
He does.
He does.
Keeps adding pages to it every
Oh,
week.
my goodness. Well, he's part of the Campanelli family.
Oh, it is. Galway coming to the short side, and boy, he's hitting the hole and fights his way to the 40-yard line. Going to pick up a 30 short.
Yeah, that time 22. Sean Duran came up, the defensive back. It looked like it was going to be no gain, and he just put his head down. He picked up an additional 3, made it a very manageable 3rd and 2.
Soria made the stop, so 3rd and 2. You're right. This team, the Cardinals, you had that almost that desire where last week, you know, they waited until they were down 28-6.
And against Riverdale guys, they were on their heels, and you could see it. And now they're in attack mode.
3rd down, and we'll call it 2, a long 2.
Look at this. You got
Galloway is the setback.
11 in the box.
Going to throw for it. Steps out of it and gets dropped for a big loss back to the 31-yard line.
Yeah.
Big play there.
And number 1, guys, is standing down the field 20 yards behind the defensive back. If they could have gotten the ball there, it would have been 6.
David Bernhard made the sack, number 63, as you can see him coming back.
Probably a touchdown-saving sack there.
Well, you know, they had 11 in the box. That's having 11 plays in the 5-yard from the line of scrimmage. So they were all coming. And as you said, the one receiver, Hull, was wide open because nobody picked him up.
When they watch that film on tomorrow, they're going to say, my God, we had an opportunity there.
So the first quarter on that sack comes to an end. 7-0. Westwood leads. When the second quarter begins, Westwood will be punting the ball to Mahwah. You are watching WCTV, the all-volunteer group from the Township of Washington.